Hello friends, welcome back to Daring Marani YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing that about the continuation of the last topic. That means what are the problems that can arise during our engine room watch. So flooding. So in case of flooding, that means water level rising. We have to raise the emergency alarm and we have to immediately inform the bridge and tell them to slow down and stop the main engine. So according to our capacity or the designated capacity of the bilge pump or seawater pump, we have to pump out, or we can use emergency bilge pump that should be used during this kind of period. So we have to identify and isolate the main cause of flooding. Once the pumping is started, we have to make sure that the level of water should be going down and not increasing, and we also give due attention that level should not flood any of the pumps or the engine flywheel bottom level, and we should take care that no water fall onto any electrical equipment, device or wiring. Okay, these are the things that we have to do, or emergency action that we need to take during an engine room flooding. And grounding. In case of grounding, we have to immediately stop the main engine and raise the emergency alarm, and we have to inform the bridge. And if we are running in heavy fuel oil, we have to change over from that means we have to change from the suction for seawater that we are taking from high sea chest to low sea chest. Then take the sounding of all double water tanks in the engine room to make sure that they are intact, and report the condition of engine room to the master. So he will assess the risk of sinking, flooding or capsizing, and if there is chance of oil pollution and all, and record all the events and status of the main engine. And we have to check the following: crankcase inspection and deflection if necessary, stern tube condition and leakage, steering gear, and all seawater coolers and their filters. And other causes during our watch may be happen during is sudden overspeeding. While we are having our watch, we may have observed sudden overspeed. This may be caused due to fuel racks getting stuck, or a faulty governor, or racing or jumping of the propeller in bad weather. Okay, a fuel rack getting stuck, then some problem with the faulty governor, then racing or jumping of the propeller due to bad weather, governor hunting is and during our watch there may be problem like loss of engine power. A loss of engine power can happen due to incorrectly set fuel racks, faulty fuel injection pump or timing, VAT settings, a faulty governor, fouling in the air system, or fouling of the hull. This may be reasons for a loss of engine power. So fuel racks, if we incorrectly set it, then faulty injection pumps or timings, then VAT settings may be some faulty, then governor faulty, then fouling of, there is problem with the air system, then fouling of the hull, then some detection of slack tie rods. So this can also happen during our watch. So means a cylinder jacket adjacent to the slack tie bolt can be seen lifting when the piston reaches the end of compression stroke at TDC. So press the thumbnail to the tie bolt nut, small movements which cannot be seen, so we can felt this way. So a dial gauge can be used to detect the relative moment between the bolt and the cylinder jacket. So if there is the tie rods, we have to check the slackness of the tie rods. What we have to do is the cylinder jacket to slack the tie bolt, they can be seen lifting when the piston reaches end of compression at the TDC. So we have to press the thumbnail. So we cannot visually we cannot insert, so we just use our thumb on the tie bolt nut. That small movements which cannot be seen, we can felt, and a dial gauge can be used to detect the relative moment between the bolt and the cylinder jacket. Then we can say another fault is too much incorrect fuel timing. So due to this, engine will not start, or it will start in the opposite direction or rotate in the opposite direction. So injecting too much fuel earlier may cause the engine to move in opposite direction, so the engine may rock. So that means next unit may fire in the opposite direction, and this will affect maybe like braking. Then another common fault is engine speed fluctuation. This speed fluctuation can be due to presence of water and fuel, high fuel volatility. Then so volatile fuel will burn very high, like that, high fuel volatility, then fuel gas lock, injection variation, worn out linkages of the governor, bad fuel quality, units not balanced, or governor settings too sensitive, or error in the governor. So engine speed fluctuation means mainly due to water and fuel, then high fuel volatility, then fuel gas lock, injection variation, wound linkages of the governor, bad fuel quality, units not balanced, governor settings that their settings, the governor setting are too sensitive, there or the chance may be air in the governor or spark coming from the funnel. It can be used mainly because of too much spark coming from the funnel due to afterburning or poor combustion, or dirty economizer that should be soot blown or water wash when the engine is stopped after 1 or 2 voyage. Then in case of exhaust temperature is too high, there could be soot fire, and we have to check the fuel oil temperature and scaven temperature and drain the fuel oil tanks. These are things that we need to check precisely, or problems that may cause during our watch. And another is too much sparking from the funnel. If the exhaust gas temperature are too high, in addition to the heavy sparking of the funnel, there is a possibility of fire at economizer or a scavenge fire. So we have to stop the engine, and we should not run at low loads since unburned fuel is more at low loads. So start the standby economizer, then start the water circulating pump to increase cooling, and we have to provide boundary cooling, and we have to stop the engine, shut the air inlets at the turbocharger and auxiliary blower. If too much spark is happening in the funnel or coming from the funnel, means exhaust temperature are too high. In addition to this, heavy sparking is also coming from the funnel, means there is possibility of fire at the economizer or scavenge fire. So we have to inform the bridge, and we have to stop the engine, and that means we should not run at low loads, because during that load unburned fuel is more during that low loads, and we have to start standby economizer or water circulating pump to increase cooling and provide boundary cooling, stop the engine, shut the air inlet at turbocharger and auxiliary blower. So after a long voyage, we have to carry out crankcase inspection, check bearing clearance, crankshaft deflection, foundation bolt, scavenge port inspection, cleaning of all filters. This is a common phenomena happening after a big voyage and all, a long voyage. We have to carry out crankcase inspection, check bearing clearance, crankshaft deflection, then foundation bolt should be checked, scavenge port inspection should be done, then cleaning of all filter. This is the common routine work that we have to do. Then cylinder relief valve getting lift up. So if cylinder relief valve get lift up, so this can be due to excessive fuel supply during starting or maneuvering, or accumulator or unburned fuel igniting with excess air. A sudden increase in load in rough weather or pre-ignition could have been a reason. Then water or oil accumulation on the piston crown or excessive peak pressure. That means a cylinder relief valve is getting lifted up. This can be due to excess fuel supplied during starting or maneuvering period. So this will get accumulator or unburned fuel get ignited with excess air, or sudden increase in load in rough weather. So these are the reasons for cylinder relief valve getting lifted up. If cylinder relief valve lifting during blow through, means there will be choked indicator cock or incorrect relief valve setting. Cylinder relief valve get lifted during our blow through, means choked indicator cock, incorrect relief valve setting, or water accumulation, or there may be water accumulation in the combustion chamber, or excessive water in the starting air. So there may be reduced compression pressure. This can be due to compression pressure can be reduced due to problems with the wound piston ring, wound liner, wound piston crown, wound exhaust valve, then incorrect exhaust valve timing or scavenging is insufficient. So compression pressure, it can be reduced. Reduced compression pressure can happen due to piston ring worn out, then wound cylinder liner, wound piston crown, exhaust valve, and incorrect exhaust valve timing or insufficient scavenging. Smoky exhaust, this is also is a common phenomenon. Smoky exhaust, this means mainly causes less air supply to the engine due to fouled gas or air side of the turbocharger, then fouled air cooler, means faulty scavenge bolts in the air receiver, or we can say fouled scavenge ports or exhaust gas economizer. Then another reason means overload running condition, check load indicator, exhaust temperature and peak pressure, or we can say excess cylinder lubrication can be also a reason for a smoky exhaust. Then injection nozzle not atomizing fuel completely, that means due to some carbon trumpet formation, or this leads to eroder or corroder the spray holes. This can be also leads to smoky exhaust. Then incorrect fuel temperature or viscosity, or a shift in individual fuel camps. Compression pressure too low due to leaky piston ring or exhaust valve. Then too low turbocharger RPM, scavenge fire. These are the reasons for exhaust smoke. then all cylinder exhaust temperature can be increased. If this will be also can be seen, sometimes we can see during our watch we can observe this, means all cylinder exhaust temperature is increasing. So this can occur due to fouling in turbocharger or air cooler intake, air filter or scavenge valves in the air receiver or scavenge ports or exhaust passage, this area if there is fouling. So this may be due to incorrect fuel timing, bad quality of fuel or inadequate fuel treatment also result in this exhaust temperature. If 1 unit exhaust temperature is increased, so this can occur due to thermometer defective, or that means whether it is local or remote, thermometer is defective if 1 unit exhaust temperature increase, or we can say less air supply due to individual unit scavenge valves in the air receiver or scavenge port are fouled, the fuel injector nozzle is in poor condition or the tip is broken, then incorrect fuel timings or fuel cam shift, leaking exhaust valve, blow past of piston ring. Okay, 1 unit exhaust temperature is increasing means maybe thermometer is defective or faulty, so whether it is local or remote. So after that we had physically check, we can understand that is less air supply is receiving due to individual unit scavenge valve is faulty, or then fuel injection nozzle is in poor condition or the tip is broken, then incorrect fuel timings on the fuel camshaft, then leaking fuel exhaust valve, then blow past of piston ring. If the engine speed drops, this can occur due to fuel pressure after the booster pump is too low, then fuel pump is defective or fuel piping fault, then incorrect fuel injection, fouling of air or exhaust passage, then fuel air lock, gassing with water fuel or poor fuel combustion, scavenge fare or governor problem. If engine speed drops, this can be mainly because of fuel pressure after the booster pump is low, then fuel pump is defective or fuel pumping fault, incorrect fuel injection, then fouling of air or exhaust passage, then scavenge fare or governor problem. These are the reasons for engine speed to get dropped. If 1 unit exhaust temperature increase that we discussed, then if 1 unit exhaust temperature drop, this can be also due to, we can say, thermometer is problem, whether it is in local or remote, or less fuel supplies due to faulty fuel injection pump or injector timings, or maybe some problem with the fuel cams. Then exhaust valve does not open due to actuator pump or piping defective is defective, piping being defective.